Bom dia, good morning. How are we doing today? So, these MISC is more like a industrial slash high-end version of Argo. It has other types of ships. It's not very well known for combat ships. That's not a thing for MISC. I personally started with well, first I started with 100i, and then I went to the freelancer, and a friend of mine and I had really good times with those. So we're gonna start here with the Hull A. The Hull A is a cargo ship. It's a small cargo ship. It's meant to do planet side to space, and as most of the MISC ships, as we're going to see later with the Hull C, the middle part expands, so the cargo is outside and you can look at the cargo from outside. The cargo is exposed. Very nice ship, a good starter ship for people that want to do cargo runs. Even more now that we can actually manually put things and glue them to the cargo grid with the gun, with the Pyro Multi-2 gun. So very nice ship, very simple, very easy, good little ship, not meant for combat, but it's a good starter ship into the cargo career for sure. And we're gonna go over the prices later. So here, this is the entry level also for the Prospector for mining. This is a solo mining ship, the Prospector. If you want to get into mining, or if you're already into mining but you only by yourself, because we only have two ships for mining right now, flying ships. We also have a ground vehicle for it. This ship is where you start, and a lot of people have this and like this ship. In the beginning when I was playing this game, I tried it out. Mining is not really my thing, but this is the entry level Prospector, and they just announced yesterday the Rastra, which is going to be the bigger one. We have this, the Prospector is the beginning, and then we have the Mole, which is the three man mining ship, and then from Argo that we saw yesterday, and then we have the Rastra that's going to come in at some point in the game. So very nice ship, totally worth it. This is a ship that is more expensive than the regular entry level ships, but I would recommend buying the ship outright if you have the money, because it's a ship that you can buy and start the game and already have a profession. You already have a way to make good money. So if you ought to spend maybe 150 bucks in a ship, this would be it, because this is a career ship and you can do things on your own, not based on rep or anything, reputation with any type of companies or anything. You can just go there and mine and make your money. So I think it's valid. So back here we have the Starfarer, and back there is the Starfarer Gemini, which are both the same ship, just variants. This ship is the only ship that can refuel other ships. Now, I do not know if it is working. It wasn't working properly, the refueling, for a couple patches now. I am not sure if it is still with this issue, but because it's the only ship of its kind in the game that you can actually refuel other ships with, it's a very valuable ship. Would I recommend being the first ship of your fleet? No. I think everyone should try to get into different professions and find what they like. This is a very clear support ship, and it has some good guns. It has some good cargo space in the back. I can show you guys. This is just a casual talk about the ships. I just want to make sure you know what the ships do and because you're going to be able to come here and just rent them anyways and figure out on your own. But these are the fuel pods right here. You do have to pay for the fuel when you buy it. This is the fuel point. To refuel your ship, you have to target the ship and hold left alt and press N and request for docking, and the captain of the ship needs to accept the docking. So this is it right here, and this is how you would fly back here and then connect this to your ship and refuel it. This is the ramp. Normally this ramp does not work in IAE for some reason, but this is how you go up, and it's a huge cargo area. You can fit loads of stuff in there. Really fun ship to have, but I'm not sure if the refueling thing is working, as we tried refilling our reclaimer and we were unsuccessful, and the reclaimer just went inside the Starfarer. But maybe other ships are working, I'm not sure. Rent it out, see what you can. This is the civilian version, the Gemini is the military version. I am not sure what the difference is, don't really care. You're not gonna fight anything. The shield's pretty good. Paint looks cool though. I mean, the military version. But Misk has the only ship that can refuel other ships in the game. It's quite a bit too. It's quite a bit. And then here we have the Whole Sea, which this is the largest cargo ship in the game. It's fairly new. It can hold up to 4,000 something SCU. It actually expands when you are in cargo mode, and you cannot land when you have cargo. So the ship can only buy and sell things from stations to stations. What I mean station to station is either like your pod thruster and then you go to Seraphim to sell, or you are rest stop the Crew 1 and you want to sell at Bajini Point. Like that's the only, you cannot sell to the land targets or land operations. And I thought this is actually really cool here that they did. This is the first time I see it. This is how it looks expanded. And it is massive. It is this massive ship. And one thing that I did like when I was in PTU and I got to play a little bit with it is that the ship is very well designed. The Starfarer inside is very confusing. This is one downside of the Starfarer, is that the Starfarer is very confusing inside. When you go up the stairs and you're trying to find your way to the third floor where the gunner is, or you're trying to find yourself where the refiner is and the refuel points and the other gunner positions, it gets really confusing on the stairwell. Like, where is the stairs to go up, where is the stairs down? There's 2 elevators to go to the third floor. It's kind of madness in there. The Whole Sea is actually very streamlined and very easy to get around. It has one hallway through the whole thing that expands in the middle, as you could see when you went to cargo mode. And when you go in, the pilot seat and the captain seat are right there, and then you have the quarters up the stairs and the ladder. It's super easy to get around. It is very slow, just as the A90 is, but it's very simple. And when you go to the back of the ship, we have another EVA point, and there is an elevator to go to the 3 different areas where the engineering stations are. Super easy to get around, very well designed and very well streamlined ship. So try it out. Those ships are really cool. I will say this, and I was talking to the people on the server earlier, is that because it is a ship that can only transport things from station to station in space, and you can't buy anything in other locations on the ground to sell. The selling of the items right now in game, like commodities like iron, copper, and hydrogen, are heavily saturated by this ship because you need a lot of stock to be able to sell, and the game doesn't provide that. And today, because a lot of people will be renting this, it's probably going to be madness. I don't expect the service to be working really well today and tomorrow because of this ship. Alright, arriving to Hull 2, and we have all this Furies, or furries as people say. We have the 3 versions of the Fury now. This is the regular Fury with a bunch of guns. The ship is small, so it doesn't have a jump drive. It's supposed to be some sort of small TIE fighter looking. It is so fast. It's incredibly fast. It looks sweet. It had some issues when it came out with the hit points on the engines, but I think they fixed that. Not my thing, but it looks sweet. And then we have the Fury MX, which, in all honesty, this has no laser guns, it's just rockets, and it has a blast chute in the front. And in all honesty, I think the blast chute should be on that ship, not on this one. But hey, if you want a Fury just with rockets, this is the way right here. Same configuration for every other parts, minus obviously the blast shield and rockets. And then they just came out with this one. This is the Racing Fury, where they did redesign the front. They extended the winglets so it has more aerodynamics, and I believe they put some lights in the back. Yeah, the lights in the back look pretty cool. This is for people that love racing. I think this is probably the best racer right now in the game. I could be wrong. I don't really do racing here, only night racing, but this is the race variant, so pretty cool. All the Reliants, these ships, they actually fly. The wings are not like this. They go straight up. Just when you land, they go kind of that way. They're very unique ships. I'm not a big fan. I don't know anything about these ships. I never see people flying these ships, and I don't think I ever will. I don't know why people don't like them. I know why I don't like them. I don't like how they land and how you can't access the rest of the ship when you're flight mode, which is weird. You can go into interior mode, but there's all kinds of variants here that we can see. This is the vanilla version, a light fighter, and this one here is the core, the Reliant core, and this is a light freight for cargo. I will never figure this is. I can see the cargo in the back. Okay, I don't know if I would ever around about on these, but let's see. The Mako is reporting, so I guess it has a radar. Sure. Don't. Okay. And then this one is the Sen, and this is a light science ship. That doesn't even. Yeah. So we just skip that. That's cool. Mining. So you can see here the prospector and the little cool dude over there just not doing anything. It's cool. All right, this is a good haul right here. So we can start here with this little baby here, the Freelancer. This is the first version. Very good ship. Flies like okayness. Has a nice cargo area in the back. Seats 4 in the front. There's two entrances, the rear and which is a ramp, and then this door on the side, and there's a gunner seat on the top. Really cool little ship. And then here we have its variation for their version, and this is an expedition ship. So I think this is a little bit faster, has different guns in it. Or I mean, there's not much difference between here. How it says sacrifice 25% cargo of the regular one for a better jump drive and its scanner. So there's all these cool little things too. The engine's a little bit different, but you can see the cargo's a little bit smaller. I can go into the original one to show you guys. So this is an extra cargo area, but this is you would be able to put stuff here, and then this one has I guess a scanner here that you can't really part. Yeah, and then there you go. It's another part. Never got this part really, but whatever. And then the entrance point. So I guess this is where the station would be. So little cool ship. The original Freelancer doesn't have this part. It's just a cargo area all the way through. And then we have, I really like this winglet thing. This is pretty cool. The extra stuff. There's a lot of rockets in this ship. This is the Max. This is where the cargo is bigger. And this was my third ship in the game, because I went through the Freelancer and then I went to the Max. And you can put vehicles here comfortably and carry more stuff. It flies a little bit slower, but man, it's super cool. Super cool ship. And very unique color design, because Misk is not really well known for oranges, but you know, they're more chrome and dark colors, so really cool. But you can see the difference in the wings. Like the expedition mode has a little winglets, and then this one has a smaller engine, and this one has a bigger engine and bigger back. And then you have the Freelancer MIS, which is a gunship. So there's more guns, more rockets. You can see the winglet now with some more extra rockets on there. These are, I mean, I guess there's no extra, but probably better rockets. Maybe have rockets somewhere else too that I don't know of. But it's pretty much just like the first one, but just more guns. You know, it's just what it is. So it's a Freelancer, is a F-150 for all types of people. This is a good starter ship. This is not a bad starter ship. As the whole A is a really good starter ship for cargo, the Freelancer is a great ship for cargo. A lot of people go to the Max because that's just more cargo in general. I rarely see people using DUR. Actually, to be honest, I've been playing this game for 3 years, and I've never seen anybody flying a DUR. Not because we don't have scanning in the game, and it makes no sense to have that yet. And I've seen the MIS not by people but by NPCs. But I don't. If you want combat, I think Freelancer is really not the best ship to do it. So if you want to start the game as a cargo hauler, this would be a great ship to start with too, the Freelancer. And then if you want cargo hauling and the option to carry more, not that you can fit ground vehicles here, but if you want a little bit bigger and a bit better, this would be. These ships are not expensive in game. If if you ought to start somewhere, this is a good price point and a good ship that will get you to do something. The main difference between the Hull A and the Freelancer is that the cargo is actually protected on the Freelancer, and you're sacrificing speed and mobility. The Hull A is a little bit faster and a little bit more mobile, agile, versus the Freelancer, which is not, because it's really heavy. Let's take a look at the holograms, see what we got here. And also, the Freelancer can get out to the back and the ramp. It's much faster and easier to get out. The Hull A, you have to use the animation to go in, and you know, I'm not a big fan of those animations, but they make every ship unique in their individual ways. Here we have the Razor X and the Razor LX and the Razor. So obviously racing ship, Mirai racing ship. The Razor LX is luxury, I guess. I don't really know what that means. I guess just to go from one point to the other in looking style. Let's see how luxurious this is. I would say not very, but hey, everyone to each own. I don't think these ships have a jump drive. They're not supposed to. Small ships, so. And this one, I guess, is a combat ship. Stealth combat ship. Sure. I don't see people using this in combat. Very squishy, so sure. Oh, nice. This is a cool ship right here. This is the Odyssey, exploration ship. So deep exploration. What else does it do? It's a civilian designed to self-sufficiency on board. There's a refinery built in with mining tech, and a hangar housing small ships. That's cool. So for 7 people. Wow, we'll probably see this in 2026. This ship right here is the Expanse. This is a refining ship. So this ship is supposed to work in tandem with the Prospector, where right now we have to mine with the Prospector and go to a station and melt the ore or refine the ore for sale. This is supposed to be the ship that does that as well. So if you're running crew operations in deep space, you don't have to keep flying back. So this is a really cool thing. It will work really well with the Prospector in the future. And this baby here is the Endeavor. This is the ship. It's a modular ship. It will have like different modules such as hydroponics and science and whatever. This is the ship that if you want to make John Crew mad, you ask him about it. It's pretty fun. These are really far away. Hopefully within the next 12 months we get all the RSI ships on the backlog and the new ones like the Zeus and the Arastra, and hopefully after that they work on MISC, so we can get all the MISC ships done and then start working on the other ships that we're missing, such as the Kraken and other ships like that. So it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, the Expanse will be pretty cool to work with the Prospector. Good morning everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, this wraps up the MISC showroom at Zenith Hall today. We only have a couple more to go. I think the next one is the RSI, maybe the last one. I have to check it. But yeah, come check it out. Really cool ships. I will fly the Hull C today just because, you know, it's the Hull C day. Biggest ship in the game for cargo. I'm probably going to try to refuel stuff with the Gemini to see if it works. Or the Starfarer, not the Gemini. Let's go over the price points. Let's see what we got. So let's check out them ships. I'll make it easy for my editor to do this. Alright, so the new ships. Let's start with the Prospector, which is entry point for mining. $155. This is probably the only ship that I would recommend someone to buy at $150. Just because it has a specific career path, and then you can just buy it and go for it and then make some money in game and don't have to rely on missions and reputation system. Then you have the Hull A, which is entry point for cargo, $90. A little too expensive, but it is a entry point for cargo, and cargo ships are normally a little bit more expensive. Also, again, don't need to work on wrap or anything. Doesn't do really well with box missions though. if you're doing delivery missions. Or you can get the whole E today for 750. The whole B is doing concept, which is the next step on 140. The whole C that's in the floor, $500. No way in hell I would spend that much money for whole C. I'm just buying the game when it comes out. I'll just grind it out. Plus the game loop is very limited at the moment, so I don't think it'd be a good ship to buy. The Starfare, $300, and the Game of Night, $340. There's no point. There's nothing specific about this ship that you should spend 300 bucks for it unless you really want it. I mean, good ship, but buying a game, not that expensive. And then you have the Reliant series. So these are the 4 Reliants. And the 65 for a starter Reliant, that's not bad to have something different. I'm not well versed in the Reliant series to be able to speak on it, but all I can say is I've been playing this for a long time and I don't see these flying around that much. Very rarely I see one of these. So I don't think they're very good ships. In the universe as a whole with the other ships that we have, not that the ship is not good, it's just compared to the others, I think it kind of loses itself. So here the price, the normal 165, the Mako, the 95, the Sen 85, and the Tana 75. Actually, the first guy that I started playing this game with had a Tana, and we barely used it. Furies. Let's go for the Furies. So I would never buy any of these ships with real money just because they don't have a jump drive. So you need another ship in game anyways. So just buy in game, probably better. And I don't think they're available in game yet. So if you really want it, then I guess you would have to buy with real money until it comes out and then you melt it. Freelancer. The Freelancer, the starter one 110, the DUR, which is the one that I never seen, 135, the Max 150, and the MIS 175. Now, the DUR and the MIS, I don't see any point in buying it. If you need a combat ship or a gun ship, you probably go for something better. As a starter ship at 110, it is a little steep, but the Cutlass Black is also a starter ship that's around that price point. But the Cutlass Black is more Vestile as a whole, so people tend to go to the Cutlass Black, but it's not bad. If you bought yourself a cutter, for example, or a 100i like I did for 60 bucks, and then for another 50 you get a ship that you can actually do cargo decently, or 150 for another 100 bucks, then yeah, I could see someone doing it. It's probably not a deeper end for expensive ships, but it is what it is. And we had the other ships on the bottom. I'm not even going to bother with those. It's the same thing as the Fury. It's just I don't think we need to cover those. But yeah, that's it, guys and girls. I appreciate it for being here. We had some people in the stream, and we're gonna be doing probably tomorrow and the day after, but I'll go on a trip on Tuesday, so I won't be able to be doing the last couple of days of IAE, but the last couple of days is just the best in showing the gun and armor setups, which is cool. But yeah, I'll see you around the verse, and thanks for hanging around. We're gonna be here playing some more today. Alright, have a good one, yo.